Danny Clayton here, just hanging out, playing Nintendo. Today on Build Series Sydney, we talk to Nicolas Cantu, who loves playing games. He's an incredible content creator, and he is a brilliant actor. And he stars in The Walking Dead, The World Beyond. And we do talk about zombies, karate, and lots of video games. Great chat here on Build Series Sydney. She may not be pretty, but this is still the best gaming console ever made. Hello, my name is Danny Clayton, and you are watching Build Series Sydney. Why am I talking games? Well, that's because today's guest is a prolific gamer. He's a prolific voice artiste, and he is a fantastic actor who stars in the latest in the Walking Dead series. Also, greatest game ever made. But before I continue waffling about video games, let me introduce him to you. This is Nicolas Cantu. How are you doing, my dear friend?
What's up? I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I am good. You're actually in a gaming chair already.
I
So
am.
you mean business?
Yeah, I mean, I fit the description that you were saying. Yeah, I'm an avid gamer, I will say.
Avid gamer, voice artist, and of course, yeah, killing zombies. So I think
Yeah.
the first thing I should talk to you about is The Walking Dead. So The World Beyond, I mean, it's this fantastic new take on the Walking Dead series because you are seeing this world with the perspective of a young person, which is interesting. It's a twist. With that kind of new perspective, what do you think of the new kind of angles we get to explore as the Walking Dead fans?
I mean, I think they're great, mostly because, I mean, they are the angle that I would have if I was in apocalypse. The other Walking Dead shows, they carry more to the angle of like what adults would experience. And that's fun to watch, you know, as a kid, because I was watching the show when I was like 9 or 10. So that was still fun to watch. But now having like, I guess, relatable characters go through the same situation, but with a bit more, I guess, relatability to kids my age, I like it. And I think it's very interesting. And the twists that we see and the different lenses that we get to see the apocalypse through, I think it's great.
Yeah. I mean, we did speak to Hal Cumston, who lives just down the road from me, actually.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, down near Bondi. And I remember seeing the trailer and I saw him with this giant wrench. And then I saw your character, Elton, and I was like, in my head, I was like, well, clearly Hal is the tank character. And so I wanted to ask you a little bit about Elton and what you think his character is.
Well, with Silas's description of the tank, I guess I would give Elton's like one word description as the brains. I guess he's very intellectual. He's a 14-year-old boy, driven by science. Science is like his main train of thought. He's out here exploring the apocalypse because he wants to document what he finds. He's coming out here with a true scientific method. He's also he also knows karate. He's a black belt in karate, which is pretty cool. Uh, I'm not a black belt in karate, so I had to fake it, but it was fun. It was great.
Yeah. You did get lessons though, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I found a dojo near my house, and I went there for like 2 months before we started filming, and it was like me and like a room of 7-year-olds. Like I was the only kid my age there. It was like me and Timmy in first grade, and then Jenna, who's like 9, and like it was just, it felt so funny because I was towering above these kids doing the same forms, and they were doing them better than me because they actually took the classes. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Do you think you can learn karate in 2 months? Is that enough time?
I mean, I think I picked up a lot of good stuff. I will say it helped me for the show, but if I was to get into an altercation with a person, I don't know how that would go because I kind of learned it for showbiz and the making it look cool. I'm not actually trying to hurt people in the show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You
I'm
should
supposed to make
do.
it look like I'm supposed to hurt people. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think I would insist that you do whatever we do, what everyone else does, and that's poke them in the eyes and run away.
Exactly. That's
Great.
the best strategy.
It's a great way to fight. I mean, we did ask Hal this. Somehow I think that you'll have a very different answer to him. You're a professional in the zombie world now. You've got cred. So let's say this whole apocalypse that we're going through now turns into a zombie apocalypse. What do we do? What's the best survival tactics for us to not get killed by zombies?
Just don't, just be isolated. Don't talk to anybody. Don't go with your family. Just be by yourself in a cabin. Find a sustainable food source. Find a way to find some shelter, find food. It might be fun being in a zombie apocalypse, but if you're really in it and you're in like a city center and you're fighting zombies every day, you're probably not going to make it. So you just got to like minimize your encounters, and then you minimize your risk of death. So you're going to catch me in a cabin somewhere up in the woods, hunting deer with like a bow and arrow. I don't know. I'm going to take a very like cabin style approach to the apocalypse.
Yeah. Now, I mean, there is like the ultimate no-no in all zombie genres. And that is that if you get bitten by a zombie, don't hide it. The person that hides a zombie bite
it's like, we're going to kill you anyways, and now we think you're an asshole. Like, what?
Exactly. Yeah. So who's a person that you think would hide a zombie bite?
Just anywhere, any person ever?
Any person. Who's someone that you could name? I know it's hard.
Jeez, I mean, when you open it up to literally anybody on planet Earth,
someone we'd know.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be like, my friend Dan. You don't know who Dan is, but he would be hiding it like crazy. Man, that's hard. Who would be hiding a zombie bite? Probably somebody who's trying to like, I guess, survive for the longest. But if you get bit by a zombie, like, what kind of person are you? Like,
essentially what I'm asking you is, who do you think is a total jerk? It's a cruel question, and I'm actually gonna pull you out of it just so you don't have to.
Well, this is who I hate, and if they want to fight me, I'm here. So yeah.
And I'll poke you in the eyes and run away.
Exactly.
So when it comes to gaming, I mean, I think that gaming almost gives you a bit more experience to explore these zombie worlds. I will admit that this morning, I started following you on Instagram and spent all morning laughing at Junkie Janker. If everyone else would like to get involved, it's just so funny. So I did want to ask you about gaming and about like zombie video games. Did you ever dive deep into the zombie video game realm?
Yeah, man, I was huge into zombie video games. I mean, ever since like, I'm trying to think of the first one I played. I don't think I can narrow down it to the first, but I've played Black Ops Zombies. That's like fun with friends. You get 3 of your friends together and you just train zombies for like 40 rounds. One of my favorite video games ever is The Last of Us, and I played the sequel as well. Those are great zombie games. What else?
Let me just write that down in my The Last of Us.
Oh, look at you! Oh, that's so sick!
Really?
Oh, man. How did you get that?
I've got friends in high places.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Definitely one of my favorite video games of 2020 as well.
Same here. The sequel, oh, my God. I mean, it was a bit divisive. People were like, oh, I hate it. People were like, oh, I love it. I'm on the I love it side. I absolutely love the game.
Yeah, don't tell anyone this. I actually cried at one point.
When?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't know if we can say for spoilers.
We can't talk about it.
Dang
it. Spoilers. No spoilers.
Tell me after.
But yeah. So gaming, right? What was that first title that drew you in to the world of gaming? Because you're very good, but what was that one that first inspired you to go, oh man, I love this?
If you're saying in terms of like sharing that part of me with the world through like YouTube and content creation and streaming, it'd probably be Minecraft, because I mean, that game's been around for a while, but it had a resurgence in 2019, and I was lucky enough to be a part of a server that some friends set up, and it kind of revived the Minecraft scene. So that was fun. But if you're talking about first game ever that made me realize how I love gaming just by myself, probably Pokemon Diamond on the DS. I was a big Pokemon kid. That's the first game I played.
Wow. So, I mean, important question. Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, what'd you choose?
I've changed over the years, but I have 2 brothers. So every time we would play the Pokemon games, my older brother would choose one, and he'd be like, you can't get mine. You have to choose somebody else. So he would choose Charmander. That's my older brother's favorite. And then my little brother's favorite is Squirtle, but I also like Squirtle. So I think I'm just going to go for Bulbasaur out of courtesy of my younger brother, because, you got to let him pick. I'm going Bulbasaur, which there's like, a lot of people kind of, shit on Bulbasaur. They're like, oh, he's the worst of all the 3. Why would you ever choose anybody except Charmander? He's the best. He's got the stats. I don't know. Bulbasaur's kind of got like a cult following, and I'm part of that group. I like Bulbasaur. What can I say?
Yeah, no, support him. One of the things, if we're taking like the entertainment world and mixing it with the gaming world, when you spoke about Minecraft, one of the big explosive videos that you had was when you killed James Charles, the beauty YouTuber. And God, it was funny. So did you speak to James Charles after this? Did he see that video of you hilariously mocking him as you hunted him down and ruthlessly murdered him.
Yeah, so that was actually what you saw in the video was the first time we interacted in any way. We were both in that tournament, but we never spoke to each other. And then I killed him, and then I posted that video on my social medias, and he found it, and he followed me on Twitter. So now I'm Twitter mutuals with beauty god James Charles. And then we discussed it. I was like, dude, that was so funny. I'm so glad that you were able to curse out my internet username. That's a clip I'm going to hold with me forever, because at the end he tells me off, and I was like, oh, this is golden. I love this so much.
Yeah, there was vitriol in that voice. And again, if people want to watch that video, just head to Junkie Janker. Look, I want to dive back into your voice acting right now, because there's this incredible thing happening in Australia, at least, where the amazing world of Gumball is a bit of a cult following. It's similar to SpongeBob in the sense that it's a cartoon, but it's watched by people who are drunk adults, like a little bit sideways.
Of all ages, high adults, drunk adults, anybody's watching cartoons, yeah.
It's the kind of thing that people like to watch when they're a little bit messed up.
When they're schmacked, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I haven't delved into the world of watching cartoons under any sort of influence, so I don't know what they get out of it. But if I could assume, I would probably have to say it's fun to watch like animated creatures on a TV when you're drunk out of your mind. I don't know, but I definitely get that side of the cartoon world. People always talking about regular show they watch when they're under the influence, SpongeBob, and Gumball's part of that too. And it feels weird because I grew up watching the show before I was on the show as a voice actor, because I replaced one of them. And it's like joining like this already established like cult show, and it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that sticks out for me at that show, besides being super, super, super high energy, there's also quite a lot of emotional depth that people can sometimes forget is even occurring because it's a cartoon. I wanted to know what it was like to work, or what it's like to do voices for Gumball. Is it like running a marathon? Are you sweating afterwards? And also, how do you bring that kind of emotional side? How do you bring the gravity to something like Gumball?
Yeah, I mean, Gumball's a pretty zany show, and the episodes are 11 minutes long, so I wouldn't describe it as a marathon. It would probably be more like a 100-meter dash, just because the recording sessions are very quick, and I do them alone. It's just me and the director, and the show's produced in London, so I'm on Skype with the director. He's giving me directions. I'm sitting in this booth, like, screening my head off, and the recordings are very fun, but for the more intimate moments and the emotional stuff, I mean, watching Gumball, I never thought I could go there, but there was an episode I worked on where a character who is a talking balloon is feeling down in the dumps, and Gumball has to cheer him up, and he has this great song where he talks about, the world might suck, but, be happy anyways. I don't know. And it's just a fun show to work on. I don't know. It was a very good experience. I loved it. Every single moment I spent in that booth playing Gumball I didn't know what I was doing every day. Like, there was something new every single time I went in the booth. It was awesome.
Fantastic. Now, I'm running out of time with you. So what I did want to do is kind of just squeeze you like a lemon and get that juice out as quickly as possible. So I'm going to quickly throw some questions at you. If you can answer them with just one word or one sentence,
rapid
that would
fire.
Be great.
Like
yeah,
it.
Have we got this?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in. I'm zoned in.
What's a movie role someone else did that you wish you could have done?
Marty McFly, Back to the Future.
Good answer. Best way to kill a zombie?
Go for the head.
Who is your Mario Kart driver?
Lakitu.
Okay. You were in Where's Waldo series. Where is Waldo?
Couldn't tell you.
You were in Lego Star Wars. Did Han shoot first?
That's up for debate.
Where will we see Nicolas Cantu next?
On TV with The Walking Dead World Beyond, Sundays on AMC.
Boom! There you go. And that was the sell. Can I just say it's been an absolute pleasure having you right here on Build Series Sydney. Nicolas Cantu, you are a total legend.
Thank you so much, man. The pleasure's all mine. I had a blast. Thank you for having me on the show.